So when you were learning to calculate slope, we did rise over run, and the rise is the distance in the y values, the difference in the y values, the vertical distance, and the run was the horizontal distance. So the difference in the x values essentially is what you're doing. So let's do this with just counting what I taught you. We can start by drawing a triangle. Using the 2 points, it rises up to here, and then it goes over by that much. We have to calculate what does it go up by. So in this graph, we're counting by 20s, right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220. So we're starting at 100, right? And what is it going, how much does it go up by to get to 220? Let's do it this way first. We could actually just count by 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. The rise is 120, correct? Now the run, we start at 0, right? And it goes all the way over to what? 12. So what's the run? We can actually count the squares. Each 2 squares represents 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. What's the run? 12, right? So let's reduce it, yeah? What's 120 divided by 12? So the slope of this line is actually 10. Okay, so the rise is 10 and the run is 1. Remember, the rise represents the change in the y values. What is on your y-axis? Whoa. The cost, right? Over what's on the x-axis? Number of months. So what does this mean in this question? We're looking at a fitness club membership. The cost is, what does this mean? $10 per month. That's what this slope is actually telling you. It's telling you how the graph changes over every month. It changes by $10 every month, okay? Okay, so we could have used this formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, you're probably wondering what the 1 and 2 mean. Those are just indicating the different coordinates. They're just saying we have a coordinate 1 and we have a coordinate 2. To calculate the slope, you have to have 2 coordinates given. A, let's call this A, and let's call this B. So let's write down what are the 2 coordinates. No? 12 and 220, right? And coordinate B is located at 0, 100. Okay, so I'm going to call this, we know that coordinates are labeled xy, xy. I'm going to call this one coordinate 1. So you're just labeling the coordinate. That's all that is. It's a label. And I'm going to call this coordinate 2. The reason you're doing that is to help you figure out the order to subtract it in. And think about it. You said that earlier. We're subtracting our y values. We're taking y2 from here, take away y1. So what's the distance? What's the difference between here and here? You did that in your head earlier. It's y2 is 220 minus what? What's y1? 100 over what's x2? And x1? We're finding the difference between from here to here. You're subtracting to find the difference, right? So let's reduce it. Yeah? So 220 take away 100, you said was 120. 12 take away 0 is 12. What's 120 divided by 12? Did we get the same answer? Yes. Okay, so you understand how to use the formula?